Welcome to the Guelph Real Estate Report podcast with your host and Guelph Realtor, Ryan Waller. This podcast is designed to provide information for those buying and selling homes in the Guelph area to make the process more informative, fun, and a little less stressful. Now, on with the show.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan here, and welcome back to the Guelph Real Estate Report podcast. This episode is going to be about sales for the week of March 1st to March 8th in Guelph, and let's see what we got. Okay, so the first week of March for buyers is amazing. The first week of March 2025 for sellers, terrible. And if this is any indication as to where the spring market is headed, buckle up. One of our favorite metrics to use is sales velocity, or sales per day. And so far in March, we are below 3 houses sold per day in the first week. Now, for context, that's about the same volume that you would expect at Christmas or in December, and the same volume, if not less, than we saw in February, which is also one of the slower months. So to be in the start of the spring market at this slow of sales volume is a tad concerning, but there are many reasons why. This past week had a lot of back and forth on tariffs from the U.S. The tariffs were on, the tariffs were off, there were partial tariffs, and regardless as to whether or not the tariff is actually implemented, just the talk of it or the overhanging threat of it raises a lot of fear in this part of Ontario. And I recently read an article where it was talking about the regions that are most likely to get hit by tariff implications. And Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph, Hamilton, Brantford are all right up there on the list as Canadian cities to be most impacted. So it makes sense that anyone that is concerned about their job or being able to close on a house or being able to afford a mortgage is going to decide to sit on the sidelines and wait to see how this turns out before they do anything. Now let's take a look at what has sold in Guelph in the past 8 days. This is the period of March 1st to March 8th. Typically in a March, we're selling about 5 houses a day. We're just under 3 at the moment. And there have been a total of 22 sales, of which 10 are detached and semi-detached homes that don't have any sort of monthly fee. And 12 are condos / townhouses with a monthly maintenance fee. A total of 22 sales last week. It's interesting to look at these side by side because they're telling a different story between the two segments, and it's something that we have talked about extensively. I think I did a blog, and I think I talked about it on a podcast episode where a drive around Guelph, you could see that there was a lot of development in high-rises, stacked townhouses, condos, and very little development in single-family homes. And our prediction is that the stacked townhouse condo segment is going to stall slightly because we have a glut of new product coming to the market, along with all the ones that are already built that are going up for resale, while the detached home market is stagnant. There's very little development. And so what's out there is what's out there. And if you are coming in from out of town, you probably, are going to be competing for a single detached home if it's in a desirable spot or has the features that you want, because other people want those features too. So let's dig into the numbers here. Of the 10 detached semis that sold in Guelph last week, they ranged in price from $750,000 in the West End on Sleeman to $1.455 million on Zess Court, which is in the South End. Now, the 10 houses sold for an average of $923,000. And interestingly enough, they actually on average sold at 101% of the asking price. So on average, sellers were getting more than their asking price, which seems bizarre, but it is going to be probably consistent with what we've been saying, is that this segment is a desirable segment. And of the 10 houses that sold, we have 5 of them selling over the asking price. Okay, now and on to the condo segment. This is condos and townhouses or properties with a monthly fee. We had 12 sales there, so more than the other segment. And they ranged in price from $465,000 on Christopher Court by Stone Road Mall to $697 on Lily, which is a stacked townhouse. And on average, you're looking at a sale price of $568,000, and they sold at 98% of the asking price. So a 2% negotiation, it looks like, happened on average on these properties. There were 2 of them that sold over the asking, that cheaper one on Christopher Court and one on Janefield, which may have gone to a parent of a university student, which is a bullish market right now. And that, my friends, is a look at the real estate market in Guelph from March 1st to March 8th. Next week, we'll be back, same place, same channel, and talking about the month-to-date sales up until March 15th. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to visit us on our website at bethandryan.ca, where you can email us, you can book an appointment, you can call us, you can read more stuff. Have a great week.